This is Erik from Månegarm, and you're listening to Brutally Delicious Podcast.
How's the cruise experience been so far?
Well, amazing in many ways.
How so?
It's a really cool film. We did this. When was it?
2018.
18 it was.
You guys were on in 2018?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one of the years I missed.
Oh, okay.
I've done 8 or 9 of them, but I was not here then.
Okay.
Has it changed much, or is it pretty much?
Pretty much the same, I would say.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I think that was another boat called Symphony of the Sea.
Yeah,
But
right. It's like
right,
almost the same boat,
yeah,
right?
it's the same. But the location was Haiti that time, and that was like a restricted area. So
Yeah.
everything was loaded out from the boat, free food, party. It was good yesterday at Bimini, but I think Haiti
I like
was
Bimini.
cool. Yeah, it's great.
It's pretty
but-
beautiful.
Yeah.
I know it's small and kind of chill, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the band then. So 10th album.
Yeah.
What does it feel like? I mean, first of all, did you ever imagine you'd be doing this far into your career, 10 albums in?
No, I can't say. We thought that. I mean, when we started out, we were kids, just rocking and trying to play cool music, and to think 27 years I had. No, we didn't think.
27. I was going to ask you how long it was. 27 years. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, really crazy. 28 this year. Started out in 95.
Wow.
It's a long time.
So I'm not even going to try and butcher the name of the record. You want to pronounce it for me?
Ynglinga Ettens öde.
Yeah, I would have never been anywhere near that. But now that it's out, what's been the response to it so far? Been pretty good?
Yeah, definitely.
Out on Napalm, right?
Yeah. Out on Napalm, our fourth album on Napalm. Yeah, the response has been great, I think. A lot of good reviews. And
Do you think it's, I don't know what the word is, odd to open with a 10-minute song? Sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all, but odd may not be the word, but you know what I'm saying?
it is long.
A 10-minute song is long, and then I love it, but I was just curious if there was some thought into maybe we shouldn't, maybe we should.
We talked about it. Yeah, I know, because at the first, I think we said we should start with the second song, Ulvhjärtat, but then we changed it. I think Erik dropped the idea because it's the first. That song has all the elements of what Månegarm is, I think. So it's a good starter for the album.
Right. And the only reason I said, and maybe odd wasn't the right choice, but is because we're in this culture where everything is like 3 minutes, even less, right? 30 seconds, give me a download and I'm on to the next thing. So that's kind of bold to come out and say, hey, this is a 10-minute thing. But I agree with you, it does kind of ebb and flow and has a whole lot of stuff going on.
But a lot of people has asked me just that question. Why
Oh, really?
start with that song? But it seems many people like it as well, and I totally agree with Marcus. It's a good starter in that sense because it has all the Månegarm stuff in there.
When you guys are you guys all writing sort of together in the old traditional sense, like bouncing things off each other?
It mostly, I do the writing, but of course I talk to the guys and we finish it off together, so to speak. But I do the composing.
Okay.
But we like changed the ways of doing it. Like 10 years ago, everything happened in the rehearsal room. We started playing songs, but now it's computers.
Technology,
Now we record everything, and And
Send it away.
yeah, but we do like demos. Eric do. Sometimes we do it together, and sometimes you record it by yourself, and then you have a song. Maybe you change a little bit, then the vocals comes on. First is just na 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 na.
Oh, just a melody line.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I just recorded a melody line for Jacob to
Write the lyrics to you.
yeah.
So then my question for you would be, is there something you want your fans to take away from after listening to, is it Månegarm?
Månegarm.
Månegarm, okay. Record or like a message or a takeaway?
I don't know. I mean, it's like, are you meaning like a lyrics?
Yes,
or,
correct.
I hope that they actually are like more interested in those sagas, because on the latest album it's completely built on ancient Scandinavian sagas.
Right.
So I would really like that people actually are getting their hands on that material and start to starting reading it, learning about it. So in a way, it's not only like trying to make like cool lyrics,
right,
but to treat the history with respect and to bring it forth to more people.
Which I think is great, because people outside of Scandinavia, myself included, and being from the States, don't know much about that at all. And you find yourself, you guys aren't the only ones doing that sort of thing. And there's a lot of Scandinavian bands putting those kind of lyrics in, Vikings and historical stuff, and it's really cool, because you're right, it does get you thinking. And hey, maybe I'll go down the rabbit hole and do some research or whatever.
Yeah. So hopefully
That
people
would be
pick up
great.
it.
Yeah.
What do you guys have planned after this?
After this, we have 2 German shows coming up. One in March, and in the end of March, and one in the middle of April. The one in the April show is, I think it's like one of Germany's biggest in-house festivals.
Nice.
Ragnarök Festival.
Oh yeah, I've heard of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And that's we're doing 2 shows, acoustic on Friday and
Yeah.
metal
Is it
on
difficult to
Saturday.
translate into the acoustic side?
We have done it a couple of times, so not that hard, but we have to practice.
A lot?
So do you still have the screaming? I mean, the guttural screaming as well
No,
in that, or you
no,
got to tame that down for acoustic, right?
I sing clean vocals.
So that must add a whole new dimension to everything.
Yeah, I think.
I mean,
so.
that would be like the true definition of folk metal, then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when we play our acoustic songs, we're not folk musicians, but we have composed our sort of Månegarm folk
Right.
music.
So when I say folk music, I'm thinking more traditional
I know.
from your area of the world, not necessarily like Arlo Guthrie or some American folk singer. But yeah, so that wasn't an insult by any means.
No, not taken. But so that's really nice, and we really love performing our acoustic songs, because we have recorded many songs on all albums. We have like 1 or 2.
Right.
And in 2006, I think it was, we recorded an acoustic EP, but not that often we get to perform it, so this is cool.
Do you feel more vulnerable
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
when you do it that way, without the distortion and out everything?
Yeah. All can be heard. All
Yes, you can't hide it behind the Marshall stack, right?
So that's special.
But that's it adds a nice nerve to it, You have
Oh,
to
yeah.
be focused and really.
It definitely makes it more organic, if nothing else.
Yeah, a lot of more.
But we've done it a couple of times now, especially we have our own little festival in our hometown called Månegarm Open Air.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so we had it 2019. Then the COVID years, it wasn't possible.
Right.
Then this last year, 2022, and then we play acoustic on Friday and metal on Saturday.
That's great. What's it like being back out after all this crazy nonsense we all went through?
It was really nice. It was like the going back to normal again. Finally
Were you
to rock.
were you concerned or nervous or worried when it finally was time to go?
Maybe a little bit, but I remember the first gig. It was like 20 minutes into the gig. It felt like okay,
Nothing happened.
Right back to normal?
Yeah. So it was kind of strange, but when you stood there and started playing the first song, it was this was like a couple of years ago.
Right, it's almost like riding a bike. You just get back on it.
Yeah.
But during the COVID period, it was a good thing. The only good thing was we recorded our album and composed and everything. So it gave us a lot of time to do that
Right.
and focus on the new album.
So I've been saying a lot on the show and other things I've talked about. I think we're going to see like this weird creative renaissance, and I think we're seeing it already with some bands and artists because they've had all this time, like you just said, to sit and work and really put the time into it, and then we're seeing the results now. Not even just in music, but in like art and literature. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because some of the bands I listen to have put out the best music of their career, 20, 30 years now because they've had that time.
Yeah.
Same thing with you guys. You just had the time to really create.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, normally we don't have that time.
Right.
We
It's
have
go.
Yeah, and families and all the stuff. The families are still here, but
Right.
but it always festivals and gigs you have to practice for, which takes time from the composing. And,
Right.
We had that time now, so that was really cool and really good for the album.
Yeah, in hindsight, I think it's going to turn out to be that was a great boost for the arts in general.
Yeah, I think so too.
Why do you think there are so many quality bands that come out of the Scandinavian countries? Because per capita, Finland, Sweden, Norway, as opposed to like the rest of the world, it's an inordinate amount, right?
Yeah, you're right. I don't really know.
Is it the water or the 24-hour darkness? I don't know what it could be, but I often try and wonder because it's crazy the amount of quality stuff that comes out of those countries as opposed to the US or Japan or wherever.
You're right.
Maybe perhaps because the government are like spending money on the youth, so they can easily learn to handle an instrument, and it's not that high of a cost for each family. So basically, most people in Sweden or young kids have the opportunity to start playing an instrument. So
and it's affordable.
Yeah. And you can like hire instrument and stuff like that.
You borrow them when you go to the lessons.
Oh yeah, that's not like the US at all. Everything's so goddamn expensive.
Could be a reason.
It could be a reason, but also I think like in nature and everything in that region as well. Perhaps.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
Something
guess
that
you're probably right there because nature has always been a part of the extreme metal, especially from Scandinavia, right?
Yeah.
Even those you've seen those crazy memes of the black metal guys out in the woods in their corpse makeup, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
It's something that people don't normally put together, but I guess it works.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely works.
Yeah.
So that's all I've run. I guess that's my time anyway. You have anything I missed that you want to cover?
No.
Hope that wasn't too bad.
Not at all.
I tried to just make it conversational. I had notes, but I really didn't even mess with them. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.